Hello and welcome back. I'm Edwards. It is one of the most famous tragedies in music history. April 5th, 1994, the day the voice of a generation fell silent. For nearly 30 years, the official story has been the same. Kurt Cobain, the frontman of Nirvana, took his own life in his Seattle home. A shotgun wound, a suicide note, a closed case. But a new forensic report has just been released, and it claims that everything we were told might be wrong. Experts are now suggesting that Kurt Cobain didn't just die. They claim he was murdered, and the scene was staged to look like a suicide. Let's look at the evidence. This new independent investigation comes from a team led by researcher Michelle Wilkins and forensic specialist Brian Burnett. They reviewed the original autopsy and crime scene data, and they found something that doesn't add up. It starts with the heroin. We know Kurt battled addiction. But the toxicology report showed he had 10 times the lethal dose of heroin in his system. According to Wilkins, the autopsy reveals necrosis of the brain and liver. Now, why does that matter? Because that kind of organ damage suggests he was dying of an overdose, causing his heart to stop pumping blood long before the gun went off. The experts argue he would have been in a coma or completely incapacitated. So how does a man who can barely breathe lift a heavy shotgun and pull the trigger? Wilkins puts it bluntly: it's crazy. But the physical state of his body is only half the story. The report also points to the crime scene itself. If you know anything about shotgun suicides, they are messy, they are brutal. But according to this new report, the area around Kurt's body was eerily clean. Specifically, look at the hand. Kurt was found gripping the barrel of the shotgun, but forensics claim there was no blood spatter on his hand. Wilkins states there is no universe where that hand is not covered in blood. And then there is the behavior. Police found Kurt's heroin kit next to him. It was neat. The needles were capped. Everything was put back in order. Ask yourself this: if a person has just injected 10 times the lethal limit of heroin and is seconds away from ending their life, do they take the time to carefully clean up their drug kit? The researchers argue, no. To them, this looks like someone else injected him, packed the kit away, and then staged the scene. As Wilkins told reporters, it looks like someone staged a movie and wanted you to be absolutely certain this was a suicide. So, with all this new evidence, is the case being reopened? The short answer is no. The Seattle Police Department and the King County Medical Examiner are standing by their original ruling. They told the Daily Mail that the case remains closed, and they have seen nothing to date that warrants changing the suicide verdict. But the forensic team isn't backing down. Their challenge to the police is simple: if we're wrong, just prove it to us. This is a heavy topic, but I want to know what you think. Is this a desperate attempt to rewrite history, or does the science actually prove foul play? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video.